Hi, this is Sujata from Informatica Support. In this video, I will be explaining about how to use the LibsCollector tool to collect the report on the core files that is generated by Blaze process specifically. I will be showing you the demo as to how to use the tool for the same. LibsCollector tool is basically a script that is provided by Informatica GCS to generate the report on the core file that is generated by a crashed process. So we Informatica GCS often request end users to run this tool on the core file. So the tool will collectively gather the core file, the executable name, and the list of dependent libraries used by the program. So once GCS has these details, we will be reviewing the core file along with the dependent libraries to find out why the process has crashed. So the usage of the tool would be, we will be passing the path of the executable and the path of the core file. For Blaze, what are the prerequisites before we run the tool? We first have to find out which process has generated the report, the core file. So it can be pmdtm svc2, it can be def daemon process. So we have to run the file command on the core dump to find it out. Next would be the LibsCollector script needs the path of the executable. So say for an example, if def daemon process has created the core dump file, we have to find out where this executable lies on my cluster node. So let me explain that in my demo as to how can we find the location of the info rpm tar file and the executable. And once we have this information, we are ready to run the tool. Let's see this in the demo. So this is one of my data node where I have the core file generated by the Blaze crash, and the core file is this, which was generated in my temp directory. Now let me first find out which process has generated this core dump file. So I will run file command on this. Okay, so I see the file is generated by def daemon process. Now I have already downloaded the script here, libscollector.sh, on my cluster node. So just that I would have to get the def daemon process, def daemon executable path on this cluster node. So as we know that info rpm tar file, this is an extract, this is the bundle of Informatica binaries which gets copied to the cluster node when the job executes. For a Blaze process, we can find out the location of the info rpm tar file by grepping on the process. The process argument will have the location of the info rpm tar file, and this info rpm tar will in turn have the def daemon executable in it. So fine, let me let me first check if there is a Blaze process running on this node. So yes, I have Blaze process running on this node, and the location of the Blaze process, and the process argument, from it I can find out that this is the location where my info rpm tar file is there. So let me go there. So the owner of the process is Jan. This is basically a Blaze job monitor process, and the owner of this process is Jan. So I would have to use a sudo user to perform all this activity, like doing cd or using this directory for any activity. So info bdm here is a sudo user for me. So you would have to log in as your sudo user and perform these actions. So I go to this location, okay, and I see services folder here. So I go to services shared bin. Now this has all the executables. So def daemon is also here. So if your process, the process which has created the core dump is dtm process, pmdtm process, then this is also here. PMDTM SVC is there, PMDTM SVC2 is also there. So you can use the executable as per the generated core file. So fine, let me use my DEF daemon executable. So I know the path of my DEF daemon process here. So let me I can use this for generating the report using the LibsCollector tool now. So again, I will be using sudo LibsCollector. I would be passing the path of my core file. So okay, let me check that again. So path of the executable is this, and this is the thing. Okay, so I got the command working now. So yeah, I would have to run as sudo user sh libscollector.sh the path of the executable DEF daemon and the path of the code file, and it starts collecting the core dump now. The report on the core dump now. So it's collecting the core file. It's also collecting the dependent libraries, as we can see here. So the command has finished and it has generated a tar file with all these information: the core file, the dependent libraries, and the executable. So please, you would need to send this tar file to Informatica GCS to analyze what the problem is. So yeah, just to reiterate, the important thing to note here is we have to find out the location of the executable path. For that, we have to trace back where is the container creating or uploading the info RPM tar file which would have the executable in it. And to find out, you can run ps-ef grep on the Blaze process, and from the process arguments you can find out the location of the info RPM tar. So that finishes up my demo. There are few more articles related to LibsCollector tool. You can refer these articles as well, which discusses similar steps but not specific to Blaze, in generic how to use the tool for collecting the report on the core file. Thank you for hearing me. We would love to hear your feedback. You can write us at supportvideos@informatica.com or twitter.com/info support. Thank you.